What's going on YouTube? Today we're going to be talking about the LSU 2020 top returning class. We're going to get into it right after this. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Big Dog Brett. Thanks so much for tuning in. Now, we've got a lot to talk about, and trust me, there is a ton of stuff here, and I'm going to try and get through it as quickly as I can. Hats off to LSU, national champs from last year. Congrats, you guys. Record-setting year, generational talent. They'll be naming buildings after Joe Burrow at some point, and I'm sure that if his success keeps up, he's going to be a name you're going to hear on Sundays for many, many years. But he's not coming back next year. So the first thing I want to talk about is just let's go ahead and get this out of the way. LSU, great year last year, but how good is this year going to be? And a lot of times you can kind of base what's going to happen in the upcoming year off of the kind of talent you've got coming back. I mean, people say, "Oh, you know, it's a great team. We're gonna have tons of players coming back." Yeah, well, yeah, you are. But if I told you guys tomorrow that Joe Burrow was going to be playing, you'd be a lot more excited. So let's talk about what you lost real quick. Just get that out of the way. Players lost in the NFL, record-setting 13. That is a tremendous amount of players to lose. Can LSU reload? I don't know. But let's talk about the guys that have left. The big tight end Thaddeus Moss is gone. Joe Burrow, no resume description needed. He's gone. Justin Jefferson, 111 receptions, 1,500 yards last year, gone. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, 55 receptions, and 500 receiving yards and 1,400 rushing yards on the ground, gone. Calavion is gone, 34 tackles. 6.5 sacks, leading sack guy on the team, gone. Jacob Phillips, linebacker, number one tackler on the team with 113 tackles, gone. Patrick Queen, linebacker, was an amazing tandem duo with Queen and Phillips. He's gone. Grant Delpit, safety, one of the top safeties in the country, gone. Christian Fulton, cornerback, one of the best in the country, gone. Defensive line captain Rashard Lawrence, gone. Braden Fahico, defensive end, gone. Damian Lewis, offensive guard, gone. Lloyd Cushenberry, center, gone. Forgive me if I say this name wrong, but Shadiq Charles, offensive tackle, gone. And then, of course, Blake Ferguson, a long snapper, gone. There is a lot of elements here that really culminated into what helped make LSU a national championship team. Quarterbacks and centers have to have a synergy. They have to work together. They have to know what's going on with each other, and you lost both of them at the same time. You lost an offensive guard, an offensive tackle. That's also a big part of that offensive line, gone. There's a lot of guys here that's left. That left. Now let's talk about what's coming back. You've only got 2 senior defensive linemen returning. They'll be seniors this year. 2 O-line seniors returning, and then I think you have 3 junior defensive line and 2 junior offensive line. So not a lot of senior, junior, senior talent on those lines, and that's gonna play a key part in what's coming up this season. So let's talk about what you do have coming back. Now, one of the players that I really enjoyed watching, and I don't know why, but I don't know why his name stuck out to me like it did, but Stingley. I just think it's just a great name for for a cornerback to have. I mean, there's all kind of things that can be said about Derek Stingley. I mean, the guy is awesome. So Derek Stingley last year, 31 solo tackles, 7 assists, 38 TOTs. Didn't have any sacks, but he's cornerback. You don't see many quarterback cornerback sacks really out there. He did have 6 interceptions, which led the team. This guy, and he had 1 fumble recovery. Stingley is absolutely going to be a heck of a talent. He's going to help carry that defense to the right place. He's going to be one of the leaders on that defense and something that's going to be drastically needed. Now let's talk about the running backs. You've got 3 good running backs returning. The averages on these guys are incredible. You're looking at 7.4, 7.7, and 10 respectively. And we're talking about Tyron Davis Price, Chris Curry, and John Emery Jr. These guys all had tons of carries, basically 40, 40, and 65. The guy that I'm really looking forward to see pick up the mantle, let me pull it up right here real quick. If you look at the stats that Tyron Davis had against Oklahoma, he had 4 carries for 25 yards. But then if you turn around and you look at Chris Curry had 38 attempts. Excuse me, not 38 attempts. He had 16 attempts for 90 yards. He had 5.5 per carry. And while Tyrion, I guess is how you say his name, Mr. Davis Price, while he had more average yards per carry, Chris Curry had more, just more yards overall, and he had a 20-yard long. So, I think there's a lot of talent right here that can be used and brought into the mix. I think that it's going to be Chris Curry is going to be the main ball carrier, in my opinion, if he continues to show talent like that, because he was absolutely getting after it. Now, we could talk about the injuries that other players that had, but those players are gone. No need to talk about those guys. The big player that you guys are getting back is Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase, wide receiver, 84 receptions, a ridiculous 1,800 yards, average 21 yards, 20 touchdowns, a 78-yard long. Good grief. You want to talk about an all-star player. This guy's definitely going to be a first-round draft pick next year if he puts some numbers anywhere near this. The guy's incredible. Terrence Marshall Jr., another wide receiver. This is going to be, since you guys lost your number 1 go-to guy, this guy's going to be Jamar Chase is going to be your number 1 guy, and Marshall Jr. is going to be, Terrence Marshall is going to be your number 2 guy. These 2 guys are going to be absolutely a talent set and guys to behold. You look at Jacoby Stevens is coming back, senior. He's going to be a senior this year. He's a safety. 92 tackles, 53 solo tackles. That's very important. A safety that can handle 53 solo tackles means he's doing an outstanding job. That means he's getting to where he needs to be, putting himself in position, and he's able to make those open field tackles, or he's right on top of a guy when he catches the ball. This shows high football IQ. This guy's all over the field. He even has 5 sacks. This guy has high football intelligence, and you're also looking at a guy who's got 3 interceptions. Guy's super smart, super good. Then we're looking at Kerry Vincent Jr. He's a junior. He's cornerback. 48 TOTs. 36 solo tackles, 12 assists. Now, he didn't have any sacks, but he did have 4 interceptions. This guy is going to be those 2 guys are going to be key components on your defense, along with Derek Stingley. Those guys are going to make up the receiving core. The rest of the stuff's going to have to be filled in because the linebacker core is going to need some work because I lost a lot there. You lost Phillips, you lost Queen. Those guys were absolutely phenomenal, and you lost them. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. 5 first-rounders, 2 second-rounders, and 3 third-rounders. Good grief. That's going to be it's going to be hard to top. That's going to be hard to top. So now let's talk about the elephant in the room, as they say. Let's talk about the passing game. You're going to have a brand new center, brand new quarterback, and you've got some talent to throw to. But can the offensive line stand up long enough to really give Miles Brennan the kind of time that he needs? Miles Brennan is not going to be a Joe Burrow. he's going to have to find his way quickly. Now, he played in 2017, he played in 2018, and he played in 2019. He's never had more than 40 attempts in an entire game. Guys, I got to tell you, if LSU looks to run a similar offense, Joe Burrow had 527 attempts. He threw for 5,600 yards. That entire season, Miles Brennan got 40. If you figure that you just play, let's just say 10 games, that's 4 throws a game. That's, if I was an LSU player, that would be worrisome. Now, I understand when he's in there, when Joe Burrow was in there and he was just killing it, hey, I understand it. But at the same time, I mean, you got to look at the fact that there is a woeful gap between Miles Brennan and Joe Burrow. Can they make it happen? Can they be something special? They've got some tools. They've got some weapons. But guys, it's gonna be a rebuild year, and I know a lot of LSU fans. I know you guys aren't gonna like me saying that, and you're gonna start bringing up all these players you've got coming back that are underrated and amazing, and I get where you're coming from. I do, but my goodness, you lost 13 players to the NFL, and the quarterback that you've got coming back has a career total of 70 attempts across 3 years. His completions percentage last year was 60%. The year before that, it was 66%. And the year before that, it was 58%. He's thrown for a total of two touchdowns his entire career at LSU and 3 interceptions. I think LSU deserves a much better quarterback than that. There were some guys in the transfer portal. There were some graduate transfers that LSU probably could have picked up. I'm not sure why that didn't happen, but I mean, if you look at, if you go over to LSU Sports has a really well put together page. They really do. But if you look at the roster and you sort the roster, let's do this. I'm going to sort it, and I'm going to tell you who quarterbacks are. And no matter who they are, guys, part of that is going to be they may be a great quarterback, but they have no play time, none. So it's going to be tough. It's going to be a tough year. I'm going to do a preview and prediction video of LSU. I'm going to do I'm going to do the top 10 teams. I'm not doing every team. I'm going to do the top 10 teams, and we're going to talk about what teams out there, what their schedule looks like, how I think they're going to do. But guys, there is a ton of talent that left. So of all the players that I'm talking about that are coming back, I'm talking about 10 or 11 good quality, high quality players that you're getting back. You lost more than that to the NFL. Now, the other thing I'm going to talk about here is I want to talk about Coach Ensenminger. What's his name again? I can't pronounce all these names properly. Sorry, guys. If you jump on LSU Sports, they really tout this guy. They talk about how good Ensenminger is, and he's been around the team for a long time. They start talking about how great the team was, the offense. It was the 69th best offense in 2016, scoring offense. It was the 76th in 2017. And then 2018, it was the 38th. And then last year, obviously, number 1. I think that can be solely contributed to Joe Burrows and Joe Brady. I don't know what they're going to do to fill that void. Yeah, that's going to be tough. That's going to be tough. So let's look at the quarterback situation real quick. And we're going to make this as painless as possible. Okay. So LSU is having to replace a Heisman Trophy candidate, a national championship quarterback, probably one of the greatest of all times. Let's look at what is available to potentially fill those roles. Okay. So we've got a true freshman in TJ Finley, a true freshman in Max Johnson, obviously Miles Brennan. We have a sophomore in A.J. Aycock, another freshman in Walker Kinney. And that's it, guys. All these guys are tall, quarterback sized, 6'6", 6'5", 6'4". One guy's 6'2", 223, 217, 210, 220, and then 242. TJ Finley is probably by far the biggest guy here, coming out of high school. Ponchatoula, Florida. I'm guessing is how you pronounce that. He's a 3-year starter at their high school, rated a 3-star pro style quarterback. What about Max Johnson? Does that guy got any grit? Let's see. He's a 4-star. This guy was a 4-star. 6'5". Comes out of Watkinsville, Georgia. Let's check out Max Johnson. And guys, I don't do a whole lot of research on the recruits because you never know what you're going to get until they get in here. This guy was also... Oh, no, wait, hold on. That was Max Johnson. I already pulled that guy up. Get out of here, Max Johnson. All right, let's check out A.J. Aycock. And then Walker Kinney. See what we got on these guys. 3-year starter. Doesn't list any stars from him. So probably just a walk-on. Walker Kinney, I don't even see any stats for him. Nothing in his bio. I don't know. It seems to be woefully lacking in the quarterback department. Now, before all you guys jump in the comment section and start telling me all about how Georgia's terrible quarterbacks, I get it. Check the box. Moving on. Gotcha. But we're not talking about Georgia. We're talking about LSU. LSU is going to have to really assert themselves to be able to get out here and bridge this gap of talent, because there is a huge gap they're going to have to cover. That's my take on it. Look forward to seeing what those guys can do. Hopefully, they'll get it figured out pretty quick. So, well, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, the comment section, the like, and all that other stuff. You guys have a great day. Thanks so much for tuning in. God bless. Go Dogs.